Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from Boynton Beach, Florida, here in Palm Beach County. It's 3:21 p.m. I am heading to Boca Raton, Florida. About a 30-minute drive. I get paid for that, you know. Anything over 10 miles. I got a gig at a Total Wine and More. The alcohol gigs pay $20, but when they're at Total Wine and not at a Publix like yesterday, it's $25. So, you know, watch these people around here. They don't run a red light. So I'll get paid. It's a 3-hour gig, and then I get that hour, 30 minutes each way drive time. So that's a 4-hour pay at $25 an hour. That's a hundo. I'm getting a hundo. I got a deposit this morning, just like clockwork, just like the Social Security. Chi Marketing Crossmark deposits my check, auto deposit, in my bank every Friday morning. And so I got some money, and that's really good. Money, money, money. Doing what I want to do. Retired. You call this a job? Look how I'm dressed. Most jobs you think of, you know, getting dirty, got to work, come home, sweat by your brow. I'm going to stand up and card people if I have to. They have a little beer section, a bar. I've told you about it before, at Total Wine. It's right off I-95 if you want to come by. We're sampling Heineken Silver. They have this little bar that they built where it's kind of like not in the middle of the store. I don't like it. But, you know, 3-hour gig, I can do anything. I'm making my hundo. But it's Friday, and the last one I did, can you believe it? They had me go there at opening, 9 in the morning till noon. Ridiculous. So people are coming in to buy booze in those hours, you know, for later that night or a party or later that weekend or just getting some shopping done. But it's Friday and people got paid. They're going to be coming in, buying them something to drink now. So I'm sure I'm going to get some takers today. And it's Heineken Silver in the bottles. I got my ice bucket back there. I'll put a bag of ice in it and some water. Those babies will be cold. They never have this beer refrigerated. Yeah, I could probably call them and ask them to throw one in this morning, but I never call ahead. I just show up. They have these people like me coming all the time, just like Publix. Now, when I leave Publix now, I have a form that has to be signed by the manager, and Publix has a stamp, like a and yesterday I walked up to the customer service area, you know, to ask for the manager to come, and the girl just saw me coming and just walks over and grabs that stamp. So they got so many people coming in daily, weekly, doing wine tastings and food samplings and things, so nothing new to them, not their first rodeo. And yesterday's tasting the Chandon. I brought a bottle home. Miss Tammy doesn't want it. She doesn't do anything that's seltzery or spritzy, carbonated. She doesn't like that. So she likes her regular cheap old Pink Moscato by Sutter Home. It's a whole $4.95, 750-liter bottle at Publix. I told her I'd pick her up a bottle when I get through working tonight and bring home. I think she might be getting a little low, and she's going to grab some ice. So she can enjoy a glass of wine tonight when I get back about 7:45. And that just brings me to what I wanted to talk about also, is all this chatter, some chatter, you know, in the comments regarding collecting Social Security at 62 and how you're going to be working and you didn't prepare and you don't have any 401 or all these this is going to sound stupid. I shouldn't even say it, but I will. Who are all these people that have these hundreds of thousands of dollars that they're just going to start pulling out of the bank to live on with their Social Security that's $500, $600, $700 more than I'm getting because they worked 5 more years? Because that's not going to get it either. Like I said this morning on my video, you're not going to retire on full retirement age Social Security or 62 age collecting Social Security. Neither one of those checks are most likely going, even with no debt, going to support you and maintain a lifestyle that you've been used to or you want. You know, you're not going to have any self-esteem. You're not going to have anything. But the great thing about, you know, and going back to who's got all this money, I know a lot of people bought and sold several houses in their life. They did work for companies that were, you know, city employees, county, bigger corporations that, you know, had 401s and like Publix. You can work for them for 30 years and, you know, have some money, assuming the stock market doesn't crash and your 401 goes down. But yes, I get it. There's a high percentage, but most people, you know, they're basically like regular schmucks, you know, without really, otherwise people wouldn't be complaining. If they had all this money and they'd been preparing, you know, it wouldn't be such tough times right now. But anyway, I digress. When you do get your money at 62, which I advocate, and you work, you do, you know, what you want to do. I love this. I don't want to just sit at home. I could never sit at home. And someone says, oh, well, you'll be working till the day you die. Well, let me tell you something. There was a guy at Publix yesterday that was in the wine area. He had to be 15 years my senior, okay? Or let's say he wanted to do what I did yesterday. Is he too old to go, here's you a sample? What do you mean? There's plenty of things that people in their later years, you don't have to be, you know, where you can't dig ditches anymore or climb telephone poles. You know, you do, you sit at the cart center on the golf course and you hand a cart out to somebody, you give them a key, or you ring them up. There's all kinds of jobs like that for senior citizens, and they love it. And I've met them for years now. When I lived in Sarasota, I went to this one golf course practically every day, and it was all senior citizens, and they were drawing their Social Security, but yet they were working there too as a side hustle. And that's kind of what I thought about always too. Would be kind of glamorous, although it's hotter than Hades. So I don't know about staying, you know, sit in the shade. It's all right. It's not that bad. But yeah, you get your money early and you're getting 20 grand a year over like I'm getting, and it keeps going up every year. That's 20. How many hours you have to work a week or a year to make $20,400? Well, that's how many hours less you get to work, and just work a little, and you've already got the lion's share of your income coming in. There's one reason, and one reason only, you should collect your Social Security at the earliest day possible, and that's if you're making too much money and you love it, and you love that job, and you want to keep making that money. You know, maybe it's your own business. Maybe it's some gravy job you got that's just paying you big bucks, and you don't have to work that many hours either. You're the boss, whatever. Absolutely, man. Cash in, because it's all about enjoying life. If you're enjoying life, that's what I'm talking about. It's not about, you know, just quit so you can get some money. It's quit so you can enjoy life, because this is the thing that everybody that says something contrary, that only wants to talk the math. They never want to talk about life. They never want to talk about, you know, you got less runway in front of you than you do behind you. That it's like a car, it's got 100,000 miles on it. Any day, something all of a sudden breaks. You know, you get something happens in your life, and you didn't take advantage of the time you could do it. But like I said, the one reason, if you're making a lot of money, you love that job, but otherwise, get your money and start enjoying life. Get you some little side hustle. And some have. But you're just going to work till full retirement age because you've been brainwashed into it's less. You're taking a cut. It's not a cut. Those are words. It's just that you can start now, or you can just leave it on the table and start later and, try to play catch up. I hope you don't die before, you've gotten more. And, it just doesn't, to me. I have no regrets, folks. And I'm making enough on the side right here that it's the same thing. I love it that I have these 4 or 5 days off in a row, 2 or 3 days off in a row, that I can detail my truck, go work on my tan, go fishing if I want, take a little trip over to the West Coast, go see my friends in Sarasota, whatever I want to do. I don't have to wait for a weekend or a 2-week vacation once a year. And I remember before I was with Miss Tammy, I used to have this joke I would say. I never dated. I was single for many, 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 many years after I divorced my last time. And I just didn't have the interest because, number one, they all had jobs. And I'd be ready to go out of town. Because remember what I said before? When I worked for myself in my marketing and sales business, I worked for myself. I could fire myself anytime I wanted. I worked less for 33 years than I'm doing now. It was a very lucrative business. So I'd make a pocket full of hundreds. I'd go to the house. And if I wanted to go out of town, I didn't want to date somebody because, I didn't want to hear, I got to work till Friday. So that was a little joke I used to make, that I didn't date because, they would say, well, I got to work till Friday, and I'm ready to leave out of town on Wednesday. So I love my freedom. I've been, like I said, by not working that many hours in my own business, I've been free. True freedom. I've experienced it for 35 years now. Prior to that, when I told you guys the story, I was in the car business, I was a prisoner. They are open at 9 in the morning and 9 at night. And if you left any earlier than that, they made you feel guilty or fired you. And when you're off on your weekend, they said, oh, we really could use the help. We expect to be busy this weekend. We're going to be shorthanded. Can you come in? And if you didn't come in and you took your day off, and someone came in and bought a car that asked for you, they would say, oh, he didn't ask for you or she didn't ask for you. And you wouldn't get your commission. That's called skating someone. It was dog eat dog. It was a horrible business. But I was in it for 17 years. And it was feast or famine, too. I made money one month. I was in the draw the next month. It was 100% commission, absolutely no salary. So what they did was if you didn't sell a car, you didn't make anything, they had to give you minimum wage, and that was just to put gas in your car to get to work. But the minute you sold a car, the next deal you made, they took that back. It's called a draw. So it was 100% in 17 years commission, not salary plus, like a lot of salespeople have. So my entire life, and the 33 years I did my marketing thing, door to door, I have generated my own income. I have sold something, I made a transaction, they gave me money, I gave them something, and I made a little profit, put it in my pocket. And then at the end of the year, I filed my taxes, I paid my Social Security tax, and I got $1,700 a month now the rest of my life at age 62. And I'm still a hustler. I can still go out and make some coin if I want. And if I want to start my own business, I can make a lot more than that $21,000 because I can simply, only have to report my adjusted gross income, not as if I'm a W-2, which is what this is. But this is never going to amount to $21,000 in a year. So it is what it is for right now, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, like I said, let me go back to that. I've been a free person. I've enjoyed being a free American for most of my life. I've never had to go into some office after I got out of the car business. That was in 1995. and I'm going to be 65 this year. Since 1995, I've never been broke again, and I've never had to work weekends or days I didn't want to work. I've worked when I want to work, period, the end. And now I'm really happy. And I couldn't be happier with that little camper I got. I think it's fun. Right now, let's get on over to Total Wine, pass out some Heineken Silver, and crush it.